Yo, what's up guys? This is going to be a video about the new 2v2v2v2v2v2v2 mode. What the most broken champions are at the moment for like free wins, or just so you know what to ban, what the composition are, what their best duos are. There will be timestamps in the description if you just want to look at like what is in the video, or if you want to skip to a certain part. So yeah, let's get into the champions and the comps. Quick little side note that these opinions, or like the champions, the ratings of them, are based off of stats and discussions I've had with Master Edo Plus players who have been playing this game non-stop, or already had like the highest rank in this little 2v2v2v2 game mode. The first one is Taric. Taric is probably the most broken champion in this game mode. It has by far the highest win rate. It does pretty well with almost literally any champion. It just makes sense, you have immunity with the ult, so it's really good in the 2v2. He heals, he has CC. It just does well with pretty much everything. According to the win rates, Jax, Yi, and Heimer are the best duos with it. But anything that is a hard carry will just do well with Taric. You can pick Vayne, you can pick Kog'Maw, you can pick a Twitch. Even something like a Fiora or an Alawi would probably work. Yeah, in general, just Taric is really broken. Honestly, if when I see Taric and Yi, I just want to leave the game. There's almost no counterplay there. Taric plus Heimerdonger, good luck running into those two. I mean, you're not gonna win. So yeah, this is probably the most broken comp in the game. If you want free wins, I would just recommend picking this. And if you don't want to pick this, I would highly recommend just perm banning Taric. The next champion is going to be Fiora. Fiora is pretty strong in general. She's pretty mobile. She does true damage, so she's very good at shredding tanks. She can WCC. She's also really good at contesting the plants because her E is an auto attack reset, which also gives her increased attack speed, so she can just take the plant in like half a second, and plants are just like a key part of this game mode. No surprise here, Fiora does pretty well with Taric, just like every other champ in the game. Fiora Kennen is apparently a really high win rate comp. Fiora and Annie also, probably just because you can boost up the Fiora with the E, just one-shot a carry, one-shot someone on their enemy team, and then you just... Fiora is really good in the 1v1, so as long as you like one-shot one on their team, Fiora will most likely beat anyone 1v1. True damage, W to negate some damage and CC, and just healing, and yeah. Fiora also just works well with CC, like a Maokai, and a Mumu, or a Poppy. As long as you CC like a target and Fiora can just do her full combo, that target is most likely going to die. And then you're just left to 1v1 or 1v2, the last person alive. Also think Fiora can roll a lot of good augments in this game mode, so yeah. Next up is Kayle. I didn't really change anything about these champions because, to be honest, Kayle just works with everything. This champion is broken. There's a lot of good on-hit or like damage augments that you can just roll on Kayle. Kayle destroys everything late game. Her ult is insane, can make someone immune, while she can still just destroy people and shred people. Insanely good with Taric, obviously, again, it's Taric. But honestly, Kayle does well with pretty much every champ in the game. Maybe even like a Heimerdonger, you can ult them when they try to run down the Heimerdonger, like in all the turrets. I would recommend perm-banning Kayle as well. This champion is not fun to play against. It is too broken. It's already been nerfed and it still has top win rate. This champion is just insane in the 2v2. Next up is Heimerdinger. This champion is also very, very strong. It's been nerfed already and it's still top win rate. This champion is just insane in 2v2. You can control plants with this. You control the final zone with this. It's just really hard to contest. Paired with like anything else as like a trap, like a Shaco or a Zyra, makes it even more awful to play against because it's just super hard to contest anything. I would argue that Shaco is actually kind of better than Zyra because they can't just get rid of the boxes, while the Zyra plans you can actually kind of hit. But both of these are really good. It's just like a cheese comp. I've played a couple times. It felt disgusting playing it. It was just like free wins. Obviously, you can also just pair it with a Taric or Kayle. Also really good. I think anything really works with Heimerdinger, but ideally I think you would want these four, one of those. Teemo also works as a replacement just for traps in case like Zyra is banned. You can also even not play Heimerdinger and play like Zyra Teemo, Zyra Shaco, although it's a lot worse because Heimerdinger is just insanely good. You could also pick a Singed. The way you play Heimer and Singed is basically you play for like the final zone or a control area, because they have to run into you eventually or they're gonna burn to the zone. So then you have Singed Poison, Heimerdinger turrets, and it's just really hard for them to win the 2v2 there. Next up is Vayne and Twitch. I'm just putting these in the same category because they essentially do the same thing. They're both just Omega tank shredders. They do an insane amount of damage. They can roll very good augments, increase range, just like attack, like on-hit augments. Goes super well with Taric. Obviously, again, goes pretty well with Kennen and Annie according to the win rates. Probably it does pretty well with like a Mumu or any other form of CC. Just anyone that can like peel for you and make it so you can just do damage for free. These champs just do consistent damage early game, so you can actually win the early rounds with them, and insane damage late game. They scale just really well. Vayne's very fast, she can dash around, she can contest the plants pretty well with her Q auto attack reset as well. Twitch is a pretty safe pick because you can kind of just hide until your teammate decides to like go in, maybe like an Annie ult, then you just Twitch ult and you try to kill one of their carries. Kennen is pretty much the same concept. Taric, you just ult when they jump you and you hope you can kill them in time. So yeah, these two champions are just really good to pick in general. Goes well with pretty much anything, but I would recommend picking one of these four. Or and the Amumu can also be replaced with like Maokai, Poppy, just anything that feels for you. Maybe even like a Jax or something like that. And speaking of Jax, he is going to be the next one. Jax is very, very good. He has a lot of good item builds he can just play. Goes super well with Taric. Apparently, according to the winner, he's super good with Cassiopeia. It's one of his best partners in the game mode. Also, Ivern is like second best. Kennen and Annie just do really well with Jax as well. You just jump on target. You Kennen ult one target, you Annie ult one target, and they're probably almost insta-dead. Jax is pretty good early game, he has consistent damage, he's good late game, he has CC, he has a W auto attack reset to contest the plants, does well with just CC in general as well, like in the Mumu, Maokai, or Poppy. Just a very strong champion, he's often banned. If he's not banned, I would recommend picking him. He's just super strong in this game mode. Next up is Kaisa. Kaisa is pretty decent in general, does a lot of damage, can go either AP or on hit. You can poke from long range with AP, you can destroy tanks with like an AP on hit shredder build. Does well with Taric, obviously, again, does pretty well with Kennen and Annie according to the win rates. Kaisa also does pretty well with these champs right here, just to like peel for her or like engage. I feel like Kaisa can roll a lot of good augments, a lot of like on-hit items, just damage items, or even like poke. Kaisa is just basically like a super carry. As long as you get to do your damage, you'll probably win if you don't get one shot. So that's why Taric is obviously like one of her best duos. But yeah, super good champion, would recommend picking her. Kog'Maw is like a bit of a budget Kaisa, where you essentially do the same, but you're just less mobile. But Kog'Maw also works in like a similar kind of way. Next up is Cassiopeia. I feel like Cassiopeia is just a really strong champion in general. She's been strong for a long time. So even in this game mode, she's a pretty good, just like solid carry. According to the win rate, she does really well with Trundle, Warwick, Yorick, and Fiora. I don't really know why. Maybe just because you like run a target down and then with Cassiopeia's damage, you just win. Not really seen her that much, but at the higher levels, people have seen her quite a bit. You can pair her with like Poison as well for like E resets like a Teemo. I don't know if that's really like a good team though. It's a fun team at least. Maybe even like a Singed Poison works, I think, maybe. But yeah, these are the champions I would recommend picking with Cassiopeia. These are the highest winner champions, but I feel like these in general just do well with her. Obviously Taric again, Taric is Taric. Next up is Master Yi. And I feel like this champion is literally only good with Taric. This comp is so brain that you just actually run in like an ape and you just win. This feels so broken, it feels scummy to even play. But yeah, Yi Taric, insane combo, not much even, I mean, it's clear why this is just broken, right? It's Master Yi, destroys everything, Taric community, there you go, free win. Next up is Kennen. Kennen is just insanely strong. There's a lot of good augments you can roll. A lot of Kennen just one-shot me when I was playing like carries. Goes well with Annie, so you can just double one-shot. Apparently Warwick is a pretty high win rate duo. Vayne's a pretty high win rate duo, and so is Fiora. Kennen's pretty straightforward though, it's just good engage, lots of damage. Even in the final zone you have a Kennen ult that could help. Also, he has a little mostly bonus, so you can run around the map faster, attack speed bonus, so you can contest the plants a bit better as well. So yeah, just a pretty good pick overall. The next champion is Nasus. This champion is actually very strong. You would think he's not that good, but he is actually pretty decent. You get 50 stacks per round no matter if you win or lose. His wither is just insane. If you wither a champion, there's no way they're going to be able to hit the plant because they have 0.000000000% attack speed. They literally cannot play the game. He scales pretty well, he can roll some decent augments, but I think it's mostly he's good because of the wither. Wither just like it just destroys so many champions, and then with like a carry like Annie or Kennen, you just can one-tap him as well. Yeah, just to sum it all up, here's a little like end notes or like what I think are the most strong, and according to the stats, what are the most strong units. Obviously it's Taric. Taric is by far the best. Fiora, Kayle, Heimerdonger, Annie, Jax, Kaisa. These are all just super good champions. You can pick them with pretty much any comp, any duo would do. I think ideally most of the champions you want to pair them with any of these. Not really though, like I mean Teemo obviously goes with like Heimerdinger or like a Cassiopeia for the poison, but you kind of get the point, right? The tanks with the carries. Don't think dual tank comp is like very good, like Alistar or Momo. You can kind of maybe play for the final zone, but I feel like if you're versus any champion with true damage like a Fiora or a Vayne, you're kind of just gonna lose. So yeah, these are the best champions. These are just good partners, situational duos that do fairly well. If it's not on this list, it's probably not that good, or maybe I just forgot about it. But yeah, these are by far the best champions that I would recommend either banning or picking. So thank you for watching the video. If you want me to do any more guides or like tips or tricks or like any like meta updates, just let me know and I'll gladly do them.